We promised him the fight, and when Canelo started working with PBC, that looked very unlikely. But as we've done more stuff on Riyadh season and we worked a little bit more closely together, Keith Connolly also did a good job to kind of bridge that gap. I get on very well with Louis de Cubas, and also we got him into a mandatory position. So it made sense. I think it's the biggest fight available for Canelo Alvarez outside of David Benavidez. So his other mandatory was William Scar. I believe this was the right fight for him, and we're delighted to land it.
Speaking of Riyadh season, you've had a couple of days to process Saturday. What are your thoughts on that amazing?
Just amazing. I mean, like top to bottom, like the whole event, Eminem, the energy, the build-up, the fight week. It really took it to a new level. And obviously now we have September 21st, Riyadh season in London, with Dubois, AJ, and then October 12th, Bivol Beterbiev in Riyadh, December 21st, Usyk against Fury rematch. So the run is incredible, and it's great for boxing. You're seeing big fights getting made, you're seeing more promotional companies work together, and long may it continue.
Your fighter mentioned.
Did you get to meet him?
No, I didn't. Only to say hello. Yeah, but I was like a fan. I was up there filming it. It was unbelievable.
Eddie, with the Israel rematch, is that set or is that just talk?
I don't think they'll want to take the rematch. What Israel did is prove that I think he's the best 154 pounder in the world. I thought he edged the fight. It was a very close fight.
Yes, it was.
I was disappointed that we didn't get split or a little bit more respect on the scorecards, but that was his 11th fight. Quite amazing, really, to go and fight Crawford and give him that.
But would a rematch make sense?
Eventually, I think eventually.
Maybe if he unifies the title.
Yeah, look, Israel's got to come back now, be in some big fights, get some good wins, and hopefully people want to see that rematch.
Eddie, listen, you've been putting on some amazing cards. You're getting a lot of these young bulls. We were out there for Philly for Boots.
Yeah.
Wells Fargo was shut down. And now you got the young Puerto Rican star, Edgar Berlanga, here looking to shut down Vegas. What is it that's going on with you, Zone, Matchroom? Like,
we're on a good
all
run.
these guys need to come over here. You're making dreams happen.
Yeah, I think the fighters like us. We've got a great reputation in the sport. It's 40 years deep, and Matchroom's been around a long time. You never hear a fighter talk badly about us. You never hear a fighter saying that they're disappointed with the activity they're getting. We deliver every time, and this is a good example of that. When Edgar left Top Rank to sign with us, he headlined twice, Madison Square Garden and Orlando, and now he's fighting Canelo Alvarez. So we've done a great job for him. We've got a lot of young fighters that want to sign with us at the moment. Obviously, we have a very close association with Riyadh season as well, which is good for the business, and we're in a brilliant spot at the moment.
What's next for Matchroom? Anything that you can discuss that's going to be a wow factor for the people?
Just keep going. I mean, keep obviously working on these Riyadh season events, and keep developing our stars in America. Diego Pacheco's coming up August 31st. I think he's a guy that could fight Canelo Alvarez in the next 12 or 18 months.
We saw Khalil Cohen from Jersey.
Great fighter. Ray Ford's coming back as well. Bam, obviously, will be looking to fight November, December. Boots, the same. Hopefully, we can sign Shakur Stevenson, and then we've really cleaned up in terms of the best stable in boxing, I think. So. We're working hard, working well, and the zone are flying as well, which obviously helps.
Can His Excellency really bring the 4 to 5 big to make a big boxing league similar to the UFC?
I think if it makes sense for everybody, it's a great concept. I think it's incredibly exciting. But even Riyadh season itself is bringing promoters together. Every card you've got a top rank fighter, a Matchroom fighter, a PBC fighter, and that's never really been seen before. I mean, really, this fight, us getting a shot on a PBC show with one of our stars, that's unusual, and we're grateful for that, and it's great for the sport. I don't think people just want to see stable fights. The 5v5, although we lost heavily, was an amazing event, and I think hopefully we can see more of those.
What is His Excellency's presence so far in boxing meant to the sport?
Well, it's been such a huge injection of enthusiasm and fun and energy as well. I think if you look at Saturday, the atmosphere was incredible, and it's not just the fights itself, it's the build-up, the visual, the perception of the sport is that it's hotter than ever, and it really is. More broadcasters looking to get involved than ever before. We're selling more tickets than we've ever sold before, especially in America as well, and I think boxing's very hot right now.
He said on the Zone the other night with the Crawford card that he basically sent Canelo the contract for Crawford Canelo. How much of that how much do you think that's a possibility if Canelo emerges?
I don't know. I mean, it's one thing. I mean, I wouldn't think that Canelo watched Crawford on Saturday and was afraid of fighting him at 68. I think for Canelo, it's more about the credibility he gets through victory. I think he's a little bit concerned, having spoke to him in the past, that if he beats a guy that's coming up from 147 to 168, is he really going to get the respect for that? So we'll see. I mean, money talks. You know, if it's the right deal, he'll always take the fight.
Speaking of money, you know, as much criticism as this fight's getting because of it's Berlanga, not Benavidez, are we just looking at a year or so away from Benavidez Canelo happening for more money?
Yeah, I think that's generally what happens. You know, as the fight grows and gets bigger and there's more demand, the money keeps on increasing. Canelo Alvarez will take any fight if the money's there. You know, but he's obviously got a price in his mind, and we'll see if we can get it.
Is it unprecedented? I saw your post on X.com, almost at Twitter, with the judges' scorecard. Is it unprecedented for a judge to cross out a score when they're added up?
Yeah, I mean, when it's close like that, it doesn't always look great. Benoit Roussel's a good judge. Like he's, you know, but yeah, it didn't. When you're already annoyed with the scorecards, and then you see one round there, see that if that score is not changed, it's a draw on his card. Do you know what I mean? And but look, I've actually, you know, thinking about, I was a bit upset on Saturday, but it weren't a robbery. It was a very close fight. I just felt Madrimov edged it, and as the champion, I was just disappointed that he didn't get a little bit more respect. But the 12th round was a big round for Terence Crawford. You know, if Madrimov wins that round, again, it's a draw on two cards. We retain the title. One round. That's how close a kid with 10 fights was to holding on to his belt on Saturday night. So that's pretty special. Just disappointed we didn't quite get the win.
Eddie, you worked with Canelo on a number of fights. What do you say to critics who say he's ducking Benavidez?
No, he will fight anybody. He has no fear of anyone. But he'll have a number in his mind for the deal. And if that number can't be met, no problem. He'll carry on with his mandatories until it can be.
Eddie, Terence Crawford defeated your fighter Israel Madrimov. Jaron Ennis just defeated David Avanesian. Can we expect that if the Canelo fight doesn't get made?
I think that the Boots Crawford fight is one of the biggest fights in the sport. You know, it's certainly one of the greatest fights in the sport. But we'll see. You know, I don't think they're going to be jumping at that fight till it becomes big enough. It's our job to get Boots in a position for that fight to become big enough. We want him to unify the titles at 147 pound. That's the next step, and then we'll go from there.
All right, so Barrios, Manny Stanionis.
Barrios, Stanionis, that'd be perfect. You know,
which one would you prefer?
Either or. We just got to get hold of those titles. That's the next job. All right, guys. Thank you.